A very good morning, students. I, Sir Patel, welcome you to study from home. Today I am going to explain you chapter number 5, Women Change the World for class 7, Social and Political Life, that is Civics, Ladyland, Ruqayya Sakhawat Hussain. But before I am going to explain you about Ruqayya Hussain, let's talk about few points. Like women are not given equal value, their work are not given equal value, they are not paid equal wages or sufficient income. They have been oppressed, they have been exploited by the society. Okay, sometimes female also exploited by another female. How? For example, if a female, a woman work as a housemaid, so the woman house owner also treat unequally that woman, right? So woman also exploited by woman, okay, in especially in cases of housemaid. Job opportunities, there are very less job opportunity. Okay, I give you an example of pottery making. In the occupation of pottery making, they are subordinate, right? Now let us read about experience of a Rasundri Devi who was born in West Bengal. I'll come to Ruqayya Sakhawat Hussain, but let me read once about Rasundri Devi, who was born in West Bengal some 200 years ago. At the age of 60, she wrote her autobiography in Bengal. Her book title was Amar Jiban. Amar Jiban, it's a Bengali word. The meaning of Amar Jiban means our life. So Rasundri Devi talk about life of woman in Indian society, and I told you, as an institution, Indian society is governed by and ruled by male member. So Rasundri Devi was not given opportunity to study, to learn, to read and write. At very late age, he started herself educating. Okay, in those days, women were not educated. Later, I began to resend my own thoughts. What is wrong with me? Women do not read. How will I do it? Then I had dream. I was reading the manuscript of Chaitanya Bhagat, okay, the life of saint. Later in the day, as I sat cooking in kitchen, I heard my husband say to my eldest son, Bipin, I have felt my Chaitanya Bhagavad here. When I asked for it, bring it in, he left the book there and went away. When the book had been taken inside, I secretly took out a page and hide it carefully. It was a job uh, hiding it, for nobody must find it in my hands. My eldest son was practicing his alphabets at that time. I hid one of them as well. At time I went over that, trying to match letter from the page, right? And uh, try to match the page, and this is how she somehow cracked this Chaitanya Bhagavad. After learning the alphabet, Rasundari Devi was able to read Chaitanya Bhagavad. Through her own writing, she also gave the world an opportunity to read about women's life in those days. Rasundari Devi wrote about her everyday life experience in detail. There were days when she did not have moments rest, no time even to sit down and eat. Right, I told you the life of woman in Indian society is quite difficult. Like if woman is working, if woman is independent, even then she have to complete her domestic tasks like cleaning, cooking, washing clothes, taking up of children, okay, wash utensils and all. So burden on woman is double, right? And our society also expect this work from women's side, right? Now let's talk about Ruqayya Sakhawat Hussain and her dream about Lady Land. So dream about Lady Land where woman can freely move. Okay, woman can freely and safely move. She can roam. She can read and she can learn, read and write freely. Ruqayya Sakhawat Hussain was born into a rich family who owned lot of land. Though she knew how to read and write Urdu, she was stopped from learning Bangla and English. In those days, English was seen as a language that would expose girls to new ideas, which people thought were not correct for them. So this is clear that they don't want to educate women, right? Because they think that if women will started learning reading and writing, then they will no more continue their domestic work. So just because of that phobia, just because of that threat, they stop women to read and write, to learn English language, because uh, in the 14th century, feminism has been introduced in Western society. Now they are from 14th century, they think they given an equal status to women. You can you will get idea about feminism from Western literature. So the people of India are not allowed women to learn English language, right? It is called kind of xenophobia, or a superiority complex, right? uh, English, okay, which people thought, okay, therefore it was a mostly boys who were taught English. Ruqayya learned to read and write Bangla and English with support of her elder brother and elder sister. She went on to become a writer. She wrote a remarkable story titled Sultana's Dream in 1905 to practice her English skill when she was merely 25 years old. This story imagines a woman called Sultana who reached a place called Ladyland. Ladyland is a place where women had the freedom to study, work, and create a invention like a controlling rain from the clouds and flying air cars. Okay, this is completely utopian thinking. What do you mean by utopian thinking? That you can only imagine. It won't happen in reality, right? So it is called utopia, where all the things are imaginary. It won't happen, it won't occur in real situation. So somehow our uh, freedom fighter are also known as a utopian thinker. Like Mahatma Gandhi is also known as a utopian thinker. Why Mahatma Gandhi is called utopian thinker? Because the society he dreamed the Swaraj, the self ruling government, he dreamed that is completely different. Somehow it would be impossible. Concept of Swaraj is quite impossible in Indian society, because we are live in a multicultural, multi-religious, means we are live in a diverse society, so it would be quite difficult to implement Swaraj. Okay, so Gandhi is also known as utopian thinker. Okay, as Ruqayya Sakhawat also utopian thinker. The things are imaginary, you cannot apply, or it won't happen, it won't implement 100%. Okay, as a sultan traveling Ladyland with her sister Sarah, she awake to realize that she was only dreaming. As you can see, Ruqayya Sakhavat Hussain was dreaming of a woman flying planes and cars even before girls were being allowed to go to school. This was the way in which education and learning had changed Ruqayya's own life. Ruqayya did not stop at getting education just for herself. Her education gave her the power not only dream and write but also to do more, help other girls to go to school with their own dream. Okay, Ruqayya Sakhawat, she, study hard, she work hard, not for herself, but for other girls in society. She tried to create an opportunity, she tried to create a platform for other girls, right? Uh, to help other girls to school and build their own dreams. In 1910, she started schools for girls in Kolkata, and to do this day, the school is still functioning. Okay, from 1910 to till 2020, the school is working, right? Not only Ruqayya Sakhawat but also Kasturba. Kasturba was the first Indian woman who started school for girls, right? Even Gandhiji talked about, feminism, woman empowerment. Gandhiji, Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Kasturba, Ruqayya Sakhawat Hussain, Sundari Devi, Jyotiba Phule, right? These all social reformers talk about woman empowerment. They try to establish equality between male and female, but unfortunately, somehow they could not, establish equality, right? As I told you, in a Western society, girls are not allowed to write any article, or female or women are not, write, they are not allowed to write any article, story, novel or drama. So in those days, women generally give, fake name to their book, and then they, publish their book, right? Now schooling and education today, even in a village, schooling and education of girl is not, that good. Even these days in village, situation of schooling and education of girl is poor, right? Today both boys and girls attend school in large number, yet as we will see, there are still remain difference between the education of boys and girls. Now let me give you an example. I will explain this topic, but let me give you an example. That, have you heard about home science, courses of home science? That is, uh, joined by the girl only, and people demand, uh, family demand their girl child to join that home science, right? Fine arts, okay, arts. I talked about primary teacher course, PTC, nursing, right? So these are, educational, these are professional courses, but mostly this course are preferred by, family to join their girl child. Okay, India has a census every 10 years. Now, what is census? Census is a committee which count our population after every 10 years. It was started by Britishers in the year of 1881. Right? So after every 10 years, we, the committee census count our Indian population. It also gathered detailed information about the people living in India, their age, schooling, what work they do, and so on. It is not count only our population, but it counts family member, family occupation, education, okay, life, okay, poor, middle. It is also, asking your income, yearly income, okay, and the ratio of men and women. According to 1916 census, about 40% of all boys and men were literate, compared to just 50% of a girl and woman. So this is the, numbers given by census, and these are official numbers. So we cannot say these are accurate number. Maybe numbers are high but not less. right? So this is the schooling and education in India. I'll explain you more about this topic in my next class. Till then, thank you so much.